I recently uploaded this same video, but the sound was just all wrong in it, so I had to redoing it now again. So sorry for those of you who have seen this video already, and if you're following me on Instagram, Facebook, and possibly on Twitter, you'd have seen I made a mention of the video being uploaded and then being deleted, so it can be re-uploaded again. So sorry about that. So hopefully on this video the sound does sound a lot better. So yeah, so in this video, really, I just want to kind of talk about podcasting, and I really want to get a podcast started on my channel about mixed martial arts and combat sports because I really enjoy it. The only issue I have and the question I'm asking is, why is it so hard to get a podcast going? I mean, for some people, for everyone, really, ideally, this should be easy. Just get a mic set up, get all the relevant equipment, and it's not really that complicated or expensive. We use the audio interface, microphone, computer. So you can use like your iPhone. Like my iPhone is such what I'm used to record the video of this now. Yeah, that's it. I mean, really, the only issue I'm having with the podcast now is just finding someone who likes the sport just as much as I do, and who's got the time to sit down and do the podcast with me, because I do like having that sort of animated, engaging conversation about mixed martial arts and what's been happening within the sport, within the community. At the moment, it's a Saturday, the 26th of September. We've got the big UFC Fight Island UFC 253. The big main event, there's Costa versus Adesanya. And of course, I would like to see. It's a fight I'm looking forward to because, no offense to Israel, but there's a thing I have. A certain, not I wouldn't call it a knack, but something I don't like about people who talk a lot, who run their mouths a lot, who are too boisterous. So I like to see certain people be humbled, so it kind of puts them in their place. So yeah, fine. You can say all this crap about the trash talking and the press conferences at the weigh-ins and whatever. I see that just a few days ago they bumped into each other in the hotel, and they seemed to be getting on. There wasn't very confrontational or heated, but they seemed to get along okay. And I was quite surprised because there had been a lot of trash talking, especially from Israel's side, from Stylebender's side. Directed towards Costa about how just insults and all sorts of nonsense, which I understand is to sell the fight, and it pays in return of how much they'll get if they win the fight. It helps them increase the viewings, and it helps sell the fight basically. So I get all that, but it's things like that I like to talk about in a podcast with someone who does enjoy the sport as much as I do. He likes watching the sport. He enjoys and doing all the combat sports, the kickboxing, the boxing, the jiu-jitsu, grappling, wrestling, etc., all those sorts of activities. So I think the biggest issue I've found, and so far I've asked 3 people. I think one person was still going to do it, but at the end of it, they said it just got too technical. We kind of had a falling out. I asked someone else, and they said, well, they'd like to do it, but it's just they're just way too busy and they just can't commit to it. So I think the biggest issue, is time. Many people just haven't got the time to sit down and just get all this stuff set up and have it done over Zoom or something like that, and do the podcast, basically talk about something, anything. In this case, mixed martial arts, and I can understand that because even when it's making it just typical YouTube video like I'm doing right now, since I really started uploading videos to my channel, even though I've had this channel since 2018, now 2020, after you've recorded the video, you still got to edit the video, and then you have to take another hour or two, depending how long the video is. You've got to take some extra time uploading the video to YouTube, and that is if YouTube likes likes the sort of format of the file of the video. So all of that does take a lot of time. But I'm not bitching and moaning here. I can't force someone to do the podcast with me. Even though I could do the podcast myself, and many people have suggested that to me, and I know that is something I could do, but I would prefer it much more if I was doing it with someone. I find it far more enjoyable when you're talking. I think when you're talking with someone about something you like, the conversation, at least from my experience, and probably many people out there would agree with me, If you're talking about a certain subject with someone, it's far more interesting. They bring something to the table, you bring something to the table. In this case, I always make it clear that this is a sport that I'm still very new to, still very much a novice in. So there's a lot that I'm learning from it. So whoever I do the podcast with, preferably it would be someone who is far more knowledgeable about the sport than I am. And so whenever I ask a silly question or make a silly statement, besides making it clear that I'm still very new to the sport, I'll be learning something new, all the time. So I keep that in mind. So anytime something like that comes up again, I don't make the mistake of asking what this is this and what was that. It's something I know already. So that is one of the reasons why I'd like to do the podcast with someone. So I mean, if anyone out there is happy to do a podcast with me, leave your name in the comment section below. Of course, preferably I prefer doing it with someone who I already know. So this video is a video that a similar video which I uploaded before, and the reason why I took it down is because the sound was a mess. The microphone wasn't exactly switched on and connected to my computer in the right way. Hopefully that is the case now, so the sound sounds a lot more defined and much more crisp. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed that video, and in this video I'm just asking, why is this thing so hard to do? And really, it should be relatively straightforward and easy to do. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, my name is Ike Ojoko1, and on Facebook and Twitter, my name is Ike Ojoko. So thanks.